right. Looks like we are good to go. All right, welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This podcast on a Tuesday night to talk about some Impact on Twitch, which we haven't done for a while. I missed the last one. I heard there were issues in the production, but this one turned out golden. Honestly, golden. This one was a lot of fun. And I've seen several opinions about this show online, including including one Jim Cornette. What? This dude. What it is about him. I don't know. He's got he gets off shooting his mouth off. And he thinks it's entertaining. And he thinks people care whenever he puts down everything. He has no realization where his gimmick in his real life ends. It's I don't know. It's and we'll get into that more in a bit, but man, it's just I just needs to know when to stop. I understand we're all entitled to our opinions, but when you're an ass about everything, what does that do? That just, I don't know, creates a dark of shit all around you. I don't know. It's not good. It's not good. It's not healthy. It's not healthy. All right, let's talk about this. So we're talking about Impact Wrestling on their Twitch channel. The event is versus everything in collaboration with Rockstar Pro out of Dayton, from what it sounds like. And man, top to bottom, this show had a little bit of everything. It really did. I mean, everything. Wife is napping in the next room, so I can't scream everything. I can just whisper very loudly. So yeah, let's get into the results here and talk about it a little bit. We've got the open was supposed to be Zachary Wentz versus Trevor Lee. Now I don't know why Trevor make it. I didn't hear any stories or any drama or anything, but Jeremiah, I'm not sure. A lot of these guys on the show I don't know, but let me tell you, I'm going to be flat of them because a lot of these guys worked just as hard, if not harder, guys. And that's not a knock on the Impact guys. It's like a lot of these fans obviously love Impact, and they love the fact that all these Ohio guys are starting to get noticed on Impact Wrestling, but they love their hometown guys as well, as was seen on this show. So Zachary Wentz comes out to and is immediately attacked by Jeremiah. And these two had a harsh match. Um, Zachary Wentz, I mean, I've watched a handful of his matches before. Him and the Rascals a lot more on Impact Television, but this was nice to see him in a hometown setting. It was very cool. Just making sure everything's still going good here. Yeah, Zachary Wentz comes for the win with a top rope cutter. I mean, this kid is amazing, but I got to give props to Jeremiah, man. He busted his ass and really made a name for himself in this match. I mean, read about him a little bit because he's, Mr. Dad Bod. I mean, a lot of these guys they're just Midwest guys. There's no Hulk Hogan's here. There's no Randy Orton's here. I mean, some of these guys have physique, but they're just hardworking guys from the Midwest, and I respect the hell out of that. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, so I totally respect that. But yeah, Zachary Wentz comes off with a win here. Top rope cutter, just amazing. Then we've got a tag match. And some of these I knew, some of these I didn't know. We got the Death Machines. The name is like, oh my God. We got, I believe I said that right. If I didn't, I apologize. But I believe it's Nevaeh and Jessica Havoc. We know who's with Sami Callihan. That's Sammy's better half. Against local Samantha Heights and Impact Wrestling's Allie. Now, that was a weird combination, Samantha Heights and Allie. They worked okay together, but Allie had this constant look on her. I mean, Allie's just like another world right now. She's not. Yeah, her character has evolved so much from bubbly Allie at the beginning of the year to mid-year getting to be like ass kicker, the dark side, and she's doing all these crazy erotic looking mannerisms and screaming and all this stuff, and it's just, oh my God, it's been a wild year for Allie, and to see her in this tag match, I mean, like, aside, away from Su Yung and doing her own was, I mean, she owned this character. She really did. Gave they gave the Killer Death Machine for their money, but could not come off with a win here. Jessica Havoc win stone pile driver off the second rope. It's devastating just in the ring by itself. No, she jumped off the second rope. I think she killed Samantha Heights. I don't think Allie was fazed by the loss either, but she's so possessed or whatever. Great women's match though. Um, feeling we're gonna see a few faces from this show pop up on Impact Wrestling sooner rather than later. One of them, who I'm going to talk about next, I'm a little surprised we haven't, but I have a feeling we're going to very soon. We got Moose versus Madman Fulton. Fulton, who's been on a Twitch show before, only. I believe it was a Twitch show. He's also appeared on MLW. No, I don't think he's signed anywhere, but he's a former WWE guy. I mean, they even made the joke about him. What did Scott D'Amore say? He was on a roll. He had a few one-liners tonight. Said something about lacking sanity or being without sanity. And that's not a rib on him. It's just that's who he was with. You know, he used to be with before he was let go. And who took his place. I can picture the guy. I can't think of his name. See, that's what happens. You don't watch WWE, start to forget certain names. But whatever. It's a big guy. What, Scotland? Anyways. So what else did Scott D'Amore say? Oh, said something to the effect of, you think if he had an eye for talent, he'd be on Monday or Tuesday nights. And then they all started chuckling and snickering and be like, yeah, we're just shooting here on Twitch or something. I have a feeling they're going to sign Fulton. I have a feeling. And he needs to. Now, I like, or I should say, I love Ohio versus everything. But if Sammy can bring him in as like a muscle, because Jake and Dave need to focus on the tag team division. They were tag champs at like the beginning of the year, and then they got away from it. They started doing all this other stuff with Sammy. They need to get back to the tag, focus on that. If they bring in Fulton as Sammy's a badass. He doesn't need muscle. If they bring in Madman Fulton as Sammy's muscle, it's unstoppable in 2019. And so far, I don't think he's booked for Homecoming. Not that Homecoming needs him, but with as much as he's done this year, I'd be a little surprised if he wasn't somehow, some way on Homecoming. So we'll see. But nonetheless, we get a match here: Moose versus Madman Fulton, and just two big ass guys just teared each other up. And as much of a heel as Madman Fulton may seem like, Moose, obviously, we don't want to overthink this. Moose was the heel here and was just nasty. Moose has been a hell of a... Hey, Racist Fan Rocks is in the chat. Good evening to you. Sammy Cal driving everybody was great, and then people chanting everything. Yeah, yeah, that whole crowd really felt like a ruckus ECW type punk rock crowd. There was it's I mean it's like it was a cult like feeling with Sammy, like, the presence of me and Sammy running the show and the whole. I mean, there's a sick. I mean this in a positive way. There's a sick pride that goes along, and these guys from Ohio. It was thick in the air at this show. You could tell, especially if you watch the last 30 seconds of the show, where everyone's bouncing around the ring and going nuts. Like I said, I think Sammy's I don't think he's really a manager. He's more of a hype guy. JT Davidson. What did they say? I think they said he had a right at the start of the match. He was screaming through the whole thing. Crazy. In fact, he was there in Waukesha when I met Sammy. The picture I took with Sammy, and I noticed it later. He was like in the background between just like mean mugging. It was funny. I was like, what's this guy doing? Because I've seen him before, but doesn't go with Sammy everywhere. He's not in Impact Wrestling, but he follows him to like House of Hardcore indie shows and stuff. So it's interesting seeing him there. I don't know. We're just bouncing all over the place now. But yeah, Moose versus Madman Fulton. Moose wins with a low blow and then a spear. But I could picture Fulton joining Sammy in Impact Wrestling. This is the second time we've seen him on a Impact, like house show. And I've noticed that certain people that more than once usually end up at least as an extra during the TV taping. Like Fergus Austin got used a couple times. He'll be back on Impact Television. I know he will be. That kid is awesome. Gets a win here. What is next here? Oh, some crazy takes. Oh my God. We had LAX defending the Impact Tag Team Championships against the Dirty and the Best. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you where is the Cali show? It's in Cali. Are you asking? Showing up? I think it's showing up this Friday. Look at my calendar here. Yeah, I think it's going to show up on UN Network on Friday at night. I believe that's what they said. And that was filmed a couple of weekends ago. Something like that. That was filmed where in Cali? No. It was filmed the day after the last Twitch show that didn't go well. That's all I know. You'd have to look up. They'll tell you when they air it. They always say where they're coming from. Well, they usually do, I think. So, I don't know. So, yeah, tag team match was nuts. between LAX, the Dirty, and the Besties. Trying to think if anything out here. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, anything specific. LAX retained, which is a hell of a thing because, you know, keep these belts going into Homecoming. And, you know, some people would be like, well, they're not going to lose at a house show. Maybe one thought, but when they put these shows on, they make sure they put over the local talent. It's not, oh, it's winning and 1 in 3 minutes. No, you don't see that kind of stuff here. They put over the local talent and give them a chance to shine. It's basically like every match is a tryout because he's gotten so hard and busting their ass. That was very evident throughout this entire show. The pride that went with everyone's work and everyone's match here at Ohio versus everything. Title for the show. You know? But LAX comes out on. But both the Dirty and the Besties looked great. I mean, I would love to see them on Invision. I don't know if they would become like a regular spot. Or a fill-in match, you know. The talent's there. Why not, you know? Then we get the match that everyone was talking about. I saw people talking about it, and I saw like a clip. And I'm a big fan of Stone Rockwell. I appreciate the comedy level or comedy factor that he brings to wrestling. I mean, he really is a decent. At one of the last Twitch shows or one night onlys or whatever it was, like a month or two ago, put on a really good match with someone who I didn't think was going to have any kind of match. And I can't think of the guy's name. I think it was up in Canada. I was like, who the hell is this guy? And they ended up having a decent. Now, this guy that Stone Rockwell had the match with, this guy, John Murray. Man. I think Jim Cornette just about had a stroke talking about this guy. This guy got, I would say, next to Sami Callihan and his crew, this guy got the biggest pop of the night. Legit. Crazy popular. And this is the first time I've seen this guy. And it's like, I think if I hadn't been watching Impact Wrestling over the course of this last year and a half to 2 years solid, watching the change in the show, popularity gain a solid fan base back, one fan at a time, I'd have looked at this match and been like, either. I probably wouldn't have shit all over it like Cornette, but I wouldn't have gotten it. But I've been watching Impact Wrestling stand the kind of comedy that they're trying to bring to their fans. And some of it's slapstick and some of it's goofy. But but you could do that once in a while. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the great thing about Impact Wrestling. You high flyers, you got your technicals, you got some great tag team wrestling, you got an incredible knockouts division, you got your towers, and then you throw in a little bit of comedy there to, like, just separate it all. Not everything can be 100% boom in your face, nuts, insane, blood, ladders, shit everywhere. You can't do that. That's not, it's healthy to have some kind of mix in your show, and that's what Impact has been doing solidly, consistently over the last year, and doing it well. So when you you get great tag team action, and then you get some great what's the match after this? Oh, the Mosh Pit Scramble match, which is like a bunch of like Vision type stars, high flyers, brawling, all sorts of crazy shit. You got some rough, but so the crowd's up here, so you got to bring them down a little bit. Then you can bring them back up again. That's what you got to. You can't keep the fever pitch up here the whole time. You're going to burn your crowd out in 2 matches. And that's what they did throughout this whole show. So Stone Rockwell versus John Murray. Murray, I compare to, if you've never watched him before, the equivalent of like a local fa. Okay? Kind of like when I watched him, I felt like I was watching like if Falaba and Mick Foley had a baby. Stuff, but that's the first thing off the top of my head. Because he just had that warm, when you look at Mick Foley, classic stuff. I'm not talking about the ultra violent Cactus Jack stuff. I'm talking about when Mick Foley shove goes up and you feel that love. That's what I felt watching this guy. Excuse me. And stuff that he pulled off with Stone Rockwell. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Stockwell. I like to keep it light on here, so I can appreciate the comedy. But man, when these two, I'm like picturing it in my head. It's making me chuckle. Stone Rockwell is rolling back and forth, and John Murray was, running the ropes forth, stopping, stepping carefully over Stone Rockwell. Not going to distract Jay from his show. So does anyone know the schedule for it be going into Homecoming? Will it be 3 best ofs? No, it's 2. This Thursday and the next Thursday to be best of 2018 shows, and then there's a go home show the week before, which should be 3rd. Duke, you're so funny. Not to distract Jay. It's okay, man. It's but yeah, we're getting 2 weeks. Pretty sure that's what he said. Josh Matthews. The other spot. Oh, the one that Jim Cornette completely lost his shit about. Stone Rockwell was on the outside of the ring. John Murray was looking like he was gonna like do a dive to the outside. No, he carefully stepped through the ropes sat down, motioned for Stone Rockwell to come near him, and then, Stone Rockwell staggered over to him. And John Murray does a double axe, like right next to him, like, oh, and they both go down or whatever happened, and oh no, jump against a railing, and then he's mugging for the camera, like, and then you got a holy shit chant for that. Oh, I almost forgot. The other thing about Jim, I'm going to start crying. I'm laughing so hard. The other thing about John Murray is it likes to stick his thumb in places. Nether regions. Of course, Stone Rockwell got acquainted with John Murray's thumb. No, they didn't show it, but it was simulated, of course. Oh, it just, I don't. And if you don't find some humor in that, then man, you just need to get out more and just, I don't know, loosen up. It's about crying watching this shit. I loved it. I loved it. Had a lot of different people chiming in on social media. Look, the two animals passed out laughing. They were like, two. But yeah, John Murray gets the win here because Stone Rockwell got him with a blow dart from his satchel. And John Murray sitting there holding it, this whole sequence was hilarious. And he's staggering, and he's staggering, and he's staggering. Stone Rockwell is like, looking at his watch like, oh, come on. Fall. And he tries to body slam him. And falls on him. 1, 2, 3. Match done. Then they're trying to, like, 3 guys try to roll John, who's passed out from the dart, on top of Stone. It's like, man, if you're having a rough week so far and you need something to get you through the week, just watch the Stone Rockwell John Murray match, man. You'll get laughs. I swear, it's good. It's good stuff. And then done watching it, you can hit up Jim Cornette on Twitter and tell him to fuck off. I am the what? Andre, what are you doing? I am the wolf man. Andre, you are goofy. Welcome to the chat, man. Oh my god. My goofy brother. All right, what's the next here? A few matches left here. We got I gotta wrap this up soon because I gotta pick up my stepdaughter, take her home. So we can't go too long with this. We get the Mosh Pit Scramble match. some familiar faces, some not so familiar faces. We got Clayton Gaines come out, and who they remind you as the fake Brian Cage, but I've also seen him a handful of other times on House of Hardcore shows. Tommy uses him a lot. In fact, Walkie was one of the surprises at the Blizzard, I should say Waukesha, but at the Blizzard Brawl show that I recently. He tag teamed with Jimmy Jacobs. And then there was John Mathis and Kevin Bennett, who I was not familiar with, but they both kicked ass. Austin, Trey Miguel, and rounding out the group was Mel. Unbelievable match. See how. Oh, that's the. That's the schedule after Homecoming. Yeah, they got a TV tapings one day, which will probably be two shows on TV after Homecoming. And then they go to in Mexico, and then they're back after that. So I believe they advertised 17th, 18th, and 19th at they're back in. So between all these shows from Tennessee to Mexico to 3 nights Vegas, that'll take them into what I'm assuming is going to be WrestleMania. The big show on April 4th, I believe it is. That'll be a Twitch show. With, oh, shoot. House of Glory, I think. You're doing the whole schedule, aren't you, man? Holy crap. Brooklyn. Oh, they go back to Brooklyn. The end of, wow, they are really going all over the place. New beginnings. PA. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going to be back in Vegas. Or no. Oh, what was 17th, 18th, and 19th. But they advertised that during the Twitch shows, so I don't know on the website yet. But anyways, thanks for chiming in there, Andre. And that's a solid culture clash. Thank you. Solid touring schedule from a brand that was dead in the water and not touring anywhere. Mexico, Philly, Canada, New York. Now I'm just hoping that somewhere during the course of the year they hit somewhere around here, like Chi-Town or something. That'd be cool. Oh, somewhere in the Midwest would be nice. So yeah, Mosh Pit Scramble. Yeah, Clayton Gaines, Ron Bennett, Ace Austin, Trey Miguel, Matt Sydal. Wow. Lot of current potential X Division guys in this match. Just proven himself again why he deserves a more permanent spot on the roster. Along with the guys like the Rascals and OVE from Ohio. But Trey Miguel comes out with a win here. I was a little surprised. I was like, oh, Matt Seidel's in this. He's this. He didn't, though. Trey Miguel got the win. And they did mention Homecoming this match. And you got to think, with Trey Miguel getting a win like this, and if it's, some Impact guys or some local guys with a crap ton of talent like these guys from Ohio, huge momentum going into Homecoming for that Ultimate X match. That has got to hype him up. I think that shows they are behind this kid, especially if he's wins like Ace Austin and Matt Seidel. So I can't wait to see that Ultimate X match. You got Ethan Page, Trey Miguel, Jake. Who am I forgetting? Is it Jake and Dave? No. I forget. But anyways, I can't wait to see that. You freaking mint will go watch it, Andre. What the hell? I purposely missed the last one because, well, I couldn't watch it live, but then I heard about problems during it, so I was like, I'm going to skip that one. And I've skipped a couple. I haven't watched them all. You're not sold Ray yet. Oh, dude. Andre. Just wait. Just wait. Look up some Trey Miguel matches. Trust, okay? He fits right in with the other Rascals. He's that good. He's young, but he's been going since he's been 15. He's 23. So just trust me. Go look up some matches. You'll be sold on it. Everybody's it's funny because like in MLW, MJF compared him to Ricochet. That's not a bad thing. I thought I said oh, maybe okay. For the Ultimate X match. Okay, so Jake, Rich Swann, Trey Miguel, and Ethan Page. Yeah, that's it. I was thinking at first it was both Chris brothers. Right. Okay. Thank you, Andre. Love ya. But yeah, Trey Miguel comes out with a win here. Then we get Larry D versus Eds. Now, I didn't pay as much attention to this one as I probably should have, but saw of it. It was decent. Eddie Edwards comes out with a win here. Larry D, a big brawler type. You could tell he fit right in with the rest of the crowd, and had that I mean, you could have put these guys in any town, even around here, Midwest, Milwaukee. Just looked like a Midwest brawler. So Eddie gets a solid win going in Homecoming, which is coming up soon. And Moose gets a win before, so they both got wins, which they did. Solid match, though. Then the main event. Oh, my God. This main event, Jiminy Christmas, it was nuts. You got the Night Riders. Now, it didn't help that Josh was familiar with these three guys, but he got the names right. But he didn't always get who he was talking about, put the names to him correctly. But that not a big deal. You got Dustin Reyes, Alex Clone, and Aaron Williams. And yeah, they make up the Night Riders. One of these guys is, I believe they said, the Pro World Champ. Was that Aaron? No. One of them brought a belt to the ring. I forgot who. I'm sorry. But these guys took on OVE, the Chris brothers, with JT Davidson coming out. And like I said, practically having a stroke, being the hype guy he is. I think I should start bringing him in as a hype guy for OVE. I mean, they hype themselves pretty much, coming out, OVE. JT to the mix. That'd be even crazier. Oh, excuse me. But anyways. Oh, damn. This one, half of this match was like in the crowd. And then even back in the production area, dived into the crowd, security trying to keep people back. They cleared like half of the floor, chairs everywhere, just stones, broken chairs, trash cans, all over the place. They broke big looking sheets of plywood that resembled, like tables. The violence in this match was just insane, but it was so much fun. The triple tombstone didn't even get OVE the win when it seemed like the match was over. But then they finally got the win soon after that. But man, these two teams of three just went all over the flipping place. Just nuts. It was utter chaos. It really was. How I mean, you literally had to have camera guys everywhere to catch all the stuff. They did pretty good. Switching views around and stuff. They didn't miss too much. They did pretty good. But man, it was insane. And it was the pop of the night, They finished the match. They couldn't get a mic in the ring, so Sammy just quieted the crowd down and did one last, this is our ring, whatever, and got the crowd hyped up again. And then like half the place came in the ring and was bouncing around at the end. Like I said, the last 30 seconds to a minute were just, the crowd getting rowdy in the ring with the handful of wrestlers that were in there. And that's just wild. It would have been just a great feeling to be there. You know, that's a lot of love for what you're watching, you know. That's tremendous. Great moment for Rocco. So, overall, top to bottom, a very fun event. If you watched it, please go watch it. It's worth it. Like I said, even, you know, I didn't know half of these guys, but the crowd in it, they were into it. The wrestling was really good. Even the comedy bit in the middle of the show was so much fun to watch. The women's wrestling was great. They the park. They legit knocked it out of the park. So, yeah. And it'll be see what they all show for the best of 2018. I'm very curious. You know, I know in years past, especially go holidays, you skip shows like that. It's like, it's the best of. I'm skipping it. You know, and I get it. There's holiday stuff going on from Christmas till after Christmas because everybody celebrates it. Not everybody celebrates it on Christmas or whatever holiday you know celebrate. And we're doing it a couple days before Christmas because we're trying to get everybody together, and it's a nightmare just trying to do that. My wife is trying to not go bald like me, ripping her hair out. Crazy. I'm excited about those shows. But yeah, and if you're watching this after the fact, let me know what you thought of this show. And don't forget to smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell for notifications so that you know when more of J-Bone's content hits your screen. Good night, folks. We're going to get out of here. Might do something tomorrow. I don't know what. Oh, I have not watched Ring Warriors yet. I usually do these, but I wanted to catch up on this first. So yeah, we're going to watch Ring Warriors. Probably do that tomorrow night. My nights are free again, fortunately, yet unfortunately. So I'll also be going live for the Impact show. As far as I know, I'll be going live right after the Impact show on Thursday too. So, and yeah, watch for that big announcement. I'll be doing that later this week too. So, stay tuned for that, and have a good night. We'll see you guys soon. That's it. Have a good one.